All right, so check this out. I'm on my way to Staten Island, coming from Manhattan, and I bump into this. I see NYPD with assault rifles, and I'm on the top tier, and I'm noticing everybody's like crowding around them. I'm assuming these people are tourists, um, not even realizing that these guys are they're not in riot gear. They're not wearing riot gear. They're wearing war gear. I was just concerned and curious. I wanted to know. So, I went down. I had to get a little closer. I started talking to the officers, and they told me they've been carrying these weapons for 4 years. It's very disturbing to me. That they're walking around in full battle mode. I guess it's supposed to be for the attackers, the terrorist threats, but I know that this is doubling down, as far as it is for the terrorist threats, but it's also, to put us in line. These guns are big enough to take out an elephant. They're walking around casually. Basically, I just want to know what people think about that. You know, hit me up, holla, Bruce. So basically, I get to talking to these dudes, right? And I start telling them about politics, and which is a politrix, tell them about how they're spending 20 some odd years on the force, and they're attacking us. And well, let's not even say attacking us. Let's just put that on the side. They're spending their days watching us and keeping us in line, if you will. Just say that. And I told them after they do 20, 25 years, at the end of the day, they're not going to be rich. They are going to go home. They're going to go home with all that stress of 25 years of working the streets, carrying these firearms, and they're going to bring that negative energy to their family. And they're not even going to be financially compensated. They're going to have a pension. And with that pension, they're not going to be able to retire comfortably. And this is where I kicked them. I kicked them in the head with this one. I was like, basically, who's getting the money then? I'm not getting the money. The cops are spending all their time hunting me. That's how I feel. They're hunting me, hunting people like me. At the end of the day, they're oppressing me where I can't focus to become the greatest person I can become, the greatest father, the greatest business owner, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And these guys are focusing on preventing me from doing that, where they can't be the greatest father, great inventors, great investors, or even, on both ends, as far as the NYPD side and the society side, we're not even able to focus on God fully, without getting too religious. This is just X's and O's. If they're fighting with us, or their focus is on us, then their focus can't be on the pursuit of happiness. So once I told them that, they understood a little bit, or at least they pretended to understand, which I doubt they were pretending. They had the assault rifle. So at the end of the day, man, I was telling one of these officers that we all should have firearms. One of the cops laughed in my face. When I was younger, I probably would be sarcastic with him. But I had to just tell him the facts. I said, statistics show, number one, where there's poverty, crime rises. Crime rises. Where there's firearms, crime drops. My example was Chicago. Chicago has the highest crime rate in the world as far as a city. There's no city that has more crime than Chicago globally. And Chicago, you can't have a gun in Chicago. So the only people that have guns in Chicago are the criminals, the criminally minded, and the officers. So you figure everyone else is just kind of like a sitting duck, if you will. So therefore, the crime goes up. But this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people who are conditioned to believe that they're actually helping us by intimidating us with these large weapons. You know, a side note. I don't trust people. I don't trust people. I don't trust people who work for this system. You can go back to the 60s. You can 1960s, 1860s, 1760s, 1660s. Let's just go to 1960. Just 1960, they're attacking us with water hoses. So imagine what they would do with stun guns. Which if you go on YouTube, you can see tons of things. What they've done with stun guns. Match it with the assault rifle. They're gonna they're gonna kill us, or not really. I don't even think that they're gonna physically kill us. I think they're they're conditioning us to accept people around. Hold on, let me get my words straight. Let me word this right. They are conditioning us to accept war gear to be around us. They're conditioning us to accept hard hat helmets, assault rifles where you could pick things off from 17 city blocks away. They want us to just accept it, like it's an everyday thing, like a traffic light. And once we're okay with that, once we're conditioned to seeing that every day, that's when martial law comes in. At that point, it's almost here. I go to the high schools, and I watch the cops sit there and stalk our children with firearms, and they're the rationale behind it, or the officers or the NYPD's rationale behind it is that some children have guns. That's true. So intimidate the entire generation? Really? Really? So where's that gonna go? I think it's really the thing is that evil people are opportunists sometimes. Sometimes they don't invent a dilemma, but they'll take full advantage of the dilemma. Example, I believe it's Stony Brook, or whatever that school was in Long Island. And there's a lot of conspiracy theories behind that, but let's just say everything is true with that. Some kid shoots up a school, so therefore they're intimidating our children, conditioning our children to accept cops being around them. I don't know. At least that's how I feel about it. I have tons of things to say. I'm just gonna keep it short. I've been going for 7 minutes. I don't know. Holla back. Peace.